This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/iHeart.
Want to feel more creative but don't have the right laptop? Lenovo.com can help. Look through our legendary lineup of AI-powered PCs and devices and find the one that fits your passion. Our PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, as well as cutting-edge AI tools, allow students to focus, learn, and create with ease. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers can get 5% off their order. Shop now on Lenovo.com. The future's waiting, and it needs you.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Talkspace, the leading virtual therapy provider, is telling everyone, let's face it in therapy. By talking or texting with a supportive, licensed therapist at Talkspace, you can face whatever is holding you back, whether it's mental health symptoms, relationship drama, past trauma, bad habits, or another challenge that you need support to work through. It's easy to sign up. Just go to Talkspace.com and you'll be paired with a provider, typically within 48 hours. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule. Plus, Talkspace is in-network with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. Make your mental health a priority and start today. If you're not covered by insurance, get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com and enter promo code SPACE80. That's SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com and enter promo code SPACE80.
This said it best. This came in at 11:58:59 before the montage even began. Nick from St. Paul writes, welcome back to the spotlight, young man. Big montage. You got this, Tenna. No pressure. And you rose to the occasion. And I'm really proud of you. You know, I sort of consider you a son. You know, I'm old enough to be your father. I mean, let's face it. And I couldn't be any more proud of you and what you put together there. Well, especially under the circumstances. Like, for instance, for me, I criticize, hypothesize, and then I monetize it. So we criticize, hypothesize, monetize. They pay me for this. I know it's strange, but I've got no pressure. You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. I mean, everybody's depending upon you to put together a montage that, you know, not only gets them fired up and excited for the game, running through brick walls and doing a little this, that, lad, but I think this trickles back to the team. I think they're aware of what we do here at noon before big games or after games, and they don't want no more Dido. I don't think the Wolves want any more Dido. They're done doing Dido.
I'm guessing they were just finished morning shoot around in OKC.
Yep.
Popped on the iHeart radio app in the locker room, blared it through the speakers.
Yep.
They're ready to go now.
They're ready to go, and I think we are as well. So that does it for us today. I mean, what more can we do? It's like, you know, we can try to analyze the game. What good is that going to do anybody? You know, our analyzation of the game is not going to change it in any way, shape, or form. Here's what I would say, Tenneby. The key to the game is scoring more points tonight than the Thunder.
Brilliant!
If we do that, we'll win the game. I would say shoot a little better for number one. Keep playing defense like you did, especially in that first half. Take it to the basket once in a while. Draw some fouls yourself instead of letting all the Wolves fans whine about the unfair foul calls. Just go ahead and create some of your own right now. You know,
just do your own flopping.
Yeah, do your own flopping. Drive to the basket. Make some shots. Control the tempo. Do the things that you used to do that made you good, that got you to this point, that got you to the Western Conference Finals. You obviously did a lot of nice things throughout the year. And let's hope they can keep doing that. Is it the same? Is it a 7:30? Abbott's going to get mad. Is it a 7:30?
7:30 start, yeah.
7:30 tap again. from Oklahoma City.
Howlin' with the homies will be on before.
Okay. From Oklahoma City, where I didn't realize until they did those, when they come back from break, they do those cityscape shots. I had no idea they had skyscrapers in Oklahoma City. I thought it was just saloons and tack and saddle shops.
Some ranches.
Yeah, but apparently they've got, they're kind of a big city kind of a thing. They don't have Uber, they have Stagecoach. That's the one difference that they have. Tim, we got a question for you that was posed to me by a emailer earlier this morning, just before 9 o'clock. Its subject matter is, the title of the subject is, it says, an interesting question. Would you rather get blown out like the Wolves did on Tuesday night or lose in heartbreaking fashion like Bodega Cat and the Knicks last night? It is an interesting question. The Wolves, 4 points ahead at the half, got destroyed in the second half, got outscored 70-40. Fight, there was no fight, as Ring Lardner once said. Last night, and I watched, and I was just getting ready to turn. The only reason I didn't turn it off was because it was a TNT game, and I wanted to hear what Kenny, Shaq, and Chuck had to say about the game. Had it been on ESPN, I would have turned that off with 3 minutes to go. There was 2.5 to go, 2:45. Bodega Cat and the Knickerbockers were up 14 points. I mean, that's over, right?
You've got to be kidding me.
In any other, I don't know. Again, there's probably, stats and numbers for greatest comebacks in the fewest amount of minutes in a ball game. I know they had that stat what's his name? Who was the guy that played for the Pacers? That's on the broadcasts.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie Miller had like 8 points in 9 seconds or something once. You have some numbers?
Let me give you this number. Yeah.
Okay.
Teams leading playoff games by 14 plus in final 2:45 of fourth quarter are 994-0 in play-by-play era. So since 1997, there had not been a team that had come back from 14 or more with 2:45 to go.
And it was, is it Nesmith or Neesmith or Naismith? I can't, I heard.
I think it was Naismith's grandkid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying Neesmith, I think, is what I thought I heard, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll ask Rose, and he knows the pronunciations, and he likes to mix and match them up. I think he made, was it 5 3-pointers in that last 2:45? He had 8 altogether.
He had 4 of them.
He had 4.
Halliburton, I believe, had one too.
Halliburton had one.
Oh, yeah, he just went unconscious.
And we'll put it this way. The Knickerbockers couldn't stop him. Your mama couldn't stop him. Your daddy couldn't stop him. The police couldn't stop him. Stephen A. Smith couldn't stop him. Stephen A. Smith couldn't stop him. Nobody could stop that club. Spike Lee couldn't stop him. Who else was in the crowd? There's a lot of beautiful people in the crowd in New
Timothy
York.
Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. And is he with one of the...
With Kylie Jenner.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was last night, but
yeah, but he's been with one
the previous Knicks team.
It's the Jenner. What's their? It's the Kardashian. She's a Kardashian, though, isn't she? Sort of, kind of.
Yes, Kardashian Jenner.
Yeah,
she's on the Bruce Jenner side.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been hanging with Kardashian Jenner or whatever, and it was just. And you know what? As Big Meow had a chance to wrap it up, he missed 1 or 2 free throws, and somebody else missed 1 or 2 as well. It's like. That pressure, when Halliburton did the choke thing, the best part was when he did the choke thing because he thought he'd won the game, and then they did the review to his toes. It would have been poetic justice that they lost, right? Especially if he would have had another shot at the very end.
If he would have choked.
And then just threw up a brick or something like that. But that was, for those of us that have had this, these hopes, this wish, these hopes, these dreams of Tibbs and Bodega Cat taking on Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. That took a step backwards the last 2 nights.
That's a devastating loss last night for them.
Yeah. Well, and
plus I saw a video of them, like even when they were up 5 late, there's a video surfacing of the Knicks bench all arguing at each other. It seemed like they were all mad at Cat. There was 2 of them. Brunson was one of them. That they were yelling at Cat, and Cat just seemed to be like ignoring him, not looking at them. And then they end up blowing the game. So that's not good.
I thought you were going to say they were laughing and smiling because we've seen that before, too. Teams are laughing and smiling. The next thing you know, they're behind. Well, I want to get your answer to your question. Would you rather be the victim of a blowout like the Wolves or a heartbreaker like the Knickerbockers last night? A devastating loss. We'll talk about that and all sorts of other topics on the other side of the break. But right now, it's time for some bonus bucks. A keyword from Tennessee is brought to you by BigDeck.com.
Yeah, the fan and BigDeck.com wants to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Enter the keyword grand at KFAN.com now for a shot of winning. That keyword is grand. Enter now at KFAN.com.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/iHeart.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Talkspace, the leading virtual therapy provider, is telling everyone, let's face it in therapy. By talking or texting with a supportive, licensed therapist at Talkspace, you can face whatever is holding you back, whether it's mental health symptoms, relationship drama, past trauma, bad habits, or another challenge that you need support to work through. It's easy to sign up. Just go to Talkspace.com and you'll be paired with a provider, typically within 48 hours. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule. Plus, Talkspace is in-network with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. Make your mental health a priority and start today. If you're not covered by insurance, get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com and enter promo code SPACE80. That's SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com and enter promo code SPACE80.
Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Bryan text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
That was like an echo that just took forever to get back, because I think about 3 minutes ago I said to you in the talk back, peek at the purple, and then just before we come back you go, peek at the purple. So it was like an echo that went way across town and then a boomerang back. Here, Peek at the Purple is brought to you by Affordable Electric. They're your old home specialist for all your electrical needs, especially during May when it's Electrical Safety Month. Have them come on over to your place, take a look at your breaker box, your fuse box, make sure it's ship shape. Go ahead and give them a call or reach out to them. I think the number is 331-VOLT. I think it's a 612. I'll have to double check on that, but try 612-651, whatever. 331-VOLT or affordable-electric.com. Affordable-electric.com. Affordable Electric is, oh boy, that hurts. Shockingly affordable. Right now, we tend to be, I would say, cue the Paul Anka music. You having my baby. Do. What a lovely way to say that you love me.
Aww.
J.J. McCarthy and his fiancée are having a baby. Breaking news, Tennessee. I don't know how to pronounce her name for sure, but I'm going to take a shot at it. Katya Karopis, Katya Kur. It's JJ and KK is really what it is, right? JJ and KK made the announcement on a joint Instagram post last night. The couple revealed they're expecting a boy and that he is due to arrive in September. Let me ask you a question, Tennessee. What's that Viking schedule look like in September?
Well, September 8th, they play the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football.
Here or there?
That's at Chicago. Then you get two home games, September 14th, September 21st. You got Atlanta and then Cincinnati. And then Sunday, September 28th. That one's going to be in Dublin. Oh, boy.
I'm about to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
I'd have her get a C-section. I mean, this is how you make your money.
Above average at that.
This is what allows you to live the lifestyle that you are now leading, where you have a nice home. Does KK like that house? That's such an old inside joke. It's so good. Sorry to do the inside jokes, but there's 2 or 3 people that get that, and just if they're listening, well, you know it, so you got a kick out of it. KK like that house, because you can't miss first. The window's wide open. It's your first season as the starting quarterback. What are we gonna? We're gonna have Brett Rippon quarterback in Dublin? You kidding me? I mean,
we got Sam Howell.
Well, Sam Howell. I mean, again, great. I'm sure quarterback whisper, Dubs whisper will do fine, but you can't miss a game for the birth of your child. Is that, you know what? That baby, they're not going to know you're not there, right? They got no idea. Dude, bro, they got no idea who you are. They won't miss you at all. You'll get back in plenty of time. Peek at the Purple brought to you by our friends at AffordableElectric.com. Affordable Electric is shockingly affordable. Teddy, would you rather get blown out like the Wolves did, or would you rather lose in devastating fashion like the Knicks did last night? First, as a fan, well, maybe as a player, I think the blowout's easier to accept, right? Got out of hand, I mean.
I think you might have asked this question, or somebody asked this question during the Wild Vegas series, right, when they were losing overtime games.
All right.
And I think you need to define how the blowout went, right? Like, technically the Wolves got blown out by OKC, but I don't feel like they were so outclassed where they left that game going, we can't beat this team.
Right.
Where there's other blowouts where you lose so bad, you go, well, no matter what we do, we're not beating this team.
No way.
The manner in which the Wolves were blown out, I would rather have that than the way
the Knickerbockers lost.
The Knicks blew 14-point lead. They're all angry at each other. They're devastated. Because I think the Wolves can still look at that game. Well, if we hit some 3-pointers, we can play with this team.
Yeah. Then they're
not doubting themselves after game one.
And if they want, they can lean on they got all the calls. They gave them all to SGA. There's, I guess for the Knickerbockers, if you are a player or a fan, what you have to do is, it's the old love will keep us together. You have to somehow stay together as a team. Use it as a fuel, right? That, it was awful. I can't believe we did that. We can't let that happen again. But it's easier said than done. And when it looked like, here's the crazy thing about it is, like I said, Ant missed a free throw, or Bodega Cat missed. He hit 3 a little earlier. 3 free throws. He was fouled on a 3-point shot. He made some key threes. He played really well last night for the most part. He had one where he threw up an air ball on a 3. Very next possession, he knocked one down. And I think like most people, they were convinced they were going to win that game. What was I going to say? Thank you. I know what I was going to say. So Halliburton he's standing like at about the top of the key. Then he decides, well, I got to step back and try a 3 here. And when that ball hit the rim and bounced up in the air, I mean, I bet everybody thought game over, right? What are the chances it's going to come straight down? I mean, it's happened before. It happens a lot in the NBA. In the history of the NBA, I don't know if they have a stat for that. How many baskets hit the back of the rim, bounce straight up in the air, 10, 15, 20 feet, and then come straight back down into the basket? But, when it hit the rim, I thought, well, they despite the furious comeback by the Pacers and I'm doing the Halliburton choke signal by the Knickerbockers, they were going to hang on by the skin of their teeth. That ball drops right down the cylinder.
Well, how about, too, that his defender falls down. He's got a wide open 2 in the lane.
Yes.
And just immediately runs backwards at the three-point line. Just a turnaround three-pointer.
Well, and then I was
like, what are you doing?
Did you see it happen or just highlights?
I've seen highlights.
Okay. Yeah. Because there were late in that game when the Knicks are trying to hang on and inbound the ball, right? There was one time where they just threw a terrible inbounds pass. It was just awful, and they were lucky to get to it because the Knickerbocker that got to the ball, and I don't recall who it was, he actually was slipping and somehow still got to it. And then Brunson Burner, he's double teamed on the sideline. He tried to bounce it off one of the Pacers players so it would go out of bounds, right, because he was trapped. Well, he missed him. And the ball bounced out towards center court, and again, a Knickerbocker was able to grab it before Pacers. So there was so much that went wrong, obviously, for the Knickerbockers. And, you know, what a pro wants, what a pro needs, I would think that I don't think they're going to curl up in the fetal position, get that run out of the stadium and lose 4 games in a row. I don't think it's that psychologically damaging. But it ain't good. And I think you're right. I think with the Wolves, you don't like getting blown out. But those happen sometimes. Games just get out of hand, right? And like you say, it wasn't like, wow. Everything we did went, but we have no answer for that. And it's going to be tough for Bodega Cat and Company to come back. But you know what, Tenneby? It's shaping up where, Bodega Cat and Tibbs will get to play Randall and DiVincenzo in the third place game. So
for the Bronze.
For the Bronze. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Short break. Come back with more Common Man program here on the Fan.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Talkspace, the leading virtual therapy provider, is telling everyone, let's face it in therapy. By talking or texting with a supportive, licensed therapist at Talkspace, you can face whatever is holding you back, whether it's mental health symptoms, relationship drama, past trauma, bad habits, or another challenge that you need support to work through. It's easy to sign up. Just go to Talkspace.com and you'll be paired with a provider, typically within 48 hours. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule. Plus, Talkspace is in-network with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. Make your mental health a priority and start today. If you're not covered by insurance, get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com and enter promo code SPACE80. That's SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com and enter promo code SPACE80.
Fan.
Carboni's Pizzeria wants to fuel your Game 2 playoff party tonight. Visit one of their 30-plus locations to enjoy delicious pizza and get ready for the playoff run. Find your nearest Carboni's today at carbonispizza.com.
Double 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's tend to be the legendary Mark Rosen will join us just before 2 o'clock. Before the program's over today, we'll give away a pair of tickets to the final Flop, Sweat, and Tears comedy tour show of the season. It's the finale. We'll start back up again in late fall, early winter, but this is the last one of the current season. Common Sauce and LMG at Birdie's in Woodbury a week from Saturday. Tickets are available at birdiegolf.com. That's BIRDI, birdiegolf.com. But we'll give away a pair of tickets a little bit later here on the Grum.
And both Meat Sauce and Larry Mandela Guy will be here tomorrow at 1:30 as they are against each other in the Program Password Invitational.
And that matchup is LMG and Swedberg against Meat Sauce
and Hootie Hoo, Max.
Oh, that's a nice matchup.
He might be lacking a little sleep, though, if he's up late tonight doing a little Wolves fan line after the game.
Well, then Meat Sauce is up late, too, because he's got Louis. So that could be a Team Tuckered.
Team Sleepy, yeah.
Team Tuckered is what we'll Team Trent Tuckered.
Speaking of Trent Tucker, he's going to be here tomorrow as well.
Oh, will he?
He's joining me in studio noon to 1 to talk about the Wolves game today.
Very good.
Yeah.
So it'll be Team Tuckered and then Trent Tucker.
Yeah.
Double T will be here as well because I will be gone tomorrow. I am per usual. No! For Memorial Day weekend, I head to the ambassadorial retreat. You know how they the presidential retreat is called Camp David. That's one thing I don't. Well, there's a lot of things I don't understand about Donald Trump, but the one is he never stays at. And I get it; he's got all the trappings of Mar-a-Lago. I mean, it's luxurious, right? But getting to go to the Camp David, the presidential retreat, is cool because nobody else can go there. I just think it's sweet. That's like, for instance, if you are an amateur, you get to, and you're playing in the Masters, you get to stay in the crow's nest at Butler Cabin. Why wouldn't you? Right? But you're going to stay off. No, you know what? I'm going to stay in a hotel instead. You get to stay in the crow's nest. How cool is that? Not everybody. When my brother and I talked about that, he said he'd move his stuff in there and they'd have to kick him out after a while, right? So the equivalent to Camp David for the presidential retreat, the official, unofficial ambassador to Minnesota Golf, the ambassadorial retreat is Grandview, which I call Camp Richard. And I will be there. So tend to be about, I don't know, 3:40, 3:45. My troubles are going to be behind me.
Anoka County lines.
Yeah, my troubles are going to be behind me, and you will be here. And Lil B, did you say for an entire hour? Or is that not happening?
Lil B here by 1 to 1:30.
Yeah, 1 to 1:30.
The program password starts at 1:30.
Oh, that's right. Program password 1:30. Sorry about that. Ugh, dude. Was it last week you had it on for an hour?
I did have it on for an hour, yes.
That's where I got confused. By the way, I made a mistake. I said the Knicks got, the Wolves got blown out. They got fall must is what they got. It
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, what's that?
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It really wasn't that bad. You're probably
I actually just posted a video on X that shows Muss and Fallness getting their only correct answer, and Marnie Gellner cheering for them. She was happy they got one.
Well, I said this, and I know nobody. See, I would have done this because I love the bit. No matter who my partner was, I would have said, "We'll spot you 30 points," and they could have, right? I mean. They ended up with one correct answer. Is that correct?
They got one.
They got one. So they could have spotted them literally 60 points, and they wouldn't have won. They would not have won the game.
When I got here today, there were some members of the Power Trip Morning Show that were talking to Little B about their performance.
Yeah,
and they're like, "You guys brought your B- game and won by 70.
Yes,
like you didn't even bring your best game."
Yes, that is correct. Speaking of the Power Trip Morning Show. It got back to me. They were being very critical of me.
Really?
Yeah, matter of fact, I took a photo of the text message so I wouldn't forget it, and I'll read it to you here, Tim. You just got to draw it up on my handheld, which doubles as. And here's what it says. It says, speaking of your handheld computer, which doubles as a communication device, the morning crew were talking about you, betting that you don't know how to voice to text. They don't think I know how.
Yes, I heard that conversation.
I've never voiced to text in my life, but I bet I can figure it out. What I would do is I would go to, let's go to Tennessee. Let's say I'm going to text Tennessee. Okay. Contacts. And Tennessee is in my, you're in my favorites. Did you know that?
Really? Top 10 friends list?
You're in my top 10 friends list. Others in that list are my brother, Tennessee, BBP, my wife, Ping Guy, my sister, Chad Abbott, Meat Sauce, Jay Lorang, Deuce, Reasonable Doubt for Reasonable Fee Guy, and then every salesperson here at the radio station. Because they're my best friends.
Let's say, is Ping Guy number one on that list?
He's up there. Yeah, he's up there. Master Pro makes the list as well. He gave me a tip today. I'm hitting these. The game of golf is just so frustrating, Tennessee, as you know. For the last 2 years, I've been hitting my hybrid as good as. That's why the pros play them, because they go high, they land soft, you get distance with them. And now I'm hitting these low, ugly fades, and I can't stop it. So I texted Craig. I said, "Good morning. Hybrid's low right. Thoughts?" Craig texted back, "Slow down the pace of the arms and speed the wrist release." Slow down the pace of the arms and speed the wrist release. And I think I know what he meant. And I hit a couple that I hit really well, but I still was having trouble. So I'm going to go work it out on the range up at Grandview on the Pines practice area. Try to work that out. So anytime Craig helps me, he pops up near that favorites list. But let's go back to Tennessee, and let's see. Can't be too hard to figure out. Message. There's a little squiggly line. Touch and hold to record audio message. Tennessee. Oh, I got to hold it. Let me start over. Okay. Tennessee, test 1, 2. Tennessee, test 1, 2. Tennessee, untesting 3, 2, 1. Can you see if you got that?
Yep. I gotta get the text first.
Oh, the Power Trip Morning Show. They think, oh, Common, he's a boomer. He can't do anything.
Did you know that you could text to talk though before it was mentioned?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I just never do it because my guess is if you don't speak completely clearly or you're muffled a little bit, then it will interpret a word wrong. Like if you say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, it might say, hey, yo, what up, Spain and rain plane? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what happens. So Abbott, and they mentioned this on the morning show, Abbott does the talk to text all the time.
Okay.
And half the time I'm trying to decipher what the heck he's saying because it's not, the sentences are all jumbled and don't make sense.
Plus, here's the other reason I don't do it, and this is number one. I can't.
Did you send the text?
I think I did.
I have not got it yet.
Oh, maybe I don't know how to do it. I thought I sent it to you. I know it was recording. I saw it. Oh, well.
You got to still send it after you're done recording it.
Yeah, I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. So the other thing is I can't use the ... Because how do you say that on a, because you know me, I never just have a complete sentence at the end. It'll be Tennessee ... Can you play golf tomorrow ? ... So if I were to do that on a text to talk, I'd have to say ... and then it would say ... DOT. It just wouldn't work.
It might put the period because you can do it for like, comment, do you want to golf today? ? And then it'll put the question mark in for you. It won't write out the words ? It'll put in the symbol. So I don't know about dot. I don't know if you have to say period, maybe.
Love the golf recap every day. Curious on two things. What's in your bag? Club brand. Well, Ping, of course. I'm a Ping staff player. Ping is a title sponsor of Tee to Green, and so I'm much like Bubba Watson, much like Victor Hovland, and all the other Ping players. I'm a Ping staff player. And then it said, what is your ideal yardage to play? You know, nowadays, I'm pretty comfortable at 63, 64 after that. And you can laugh at me all you want and call me boomer, but at 66, I can play gold tees if I want, but I don't. I play white. But I mix the blues in sometime. If I'm playing with Tenna and BBP and Jay Lorang, I'm going to play blue with those guys. I don't want to be, okay, Grandpa, your turn. It's harder for me to score from that. On any 65, 66, 6,700-yard golf course, there's going to be 4 par 4s that I'm just not going to be able to get 2 and 2. Sorry. But if the short game is sharp and crafty, and let's say there's 5 I can't get to, and I get up and down on 3 of them, look out. Here I come. Twins, they split that doubleheader, right? It took like a week to play that first game, right? I mean, it was delayed and delayed and delayed. They but I tell me they're having so much trouble. I looked at it again. I looked at the MLB standings. And again, you know, things will change. My guess is the Tigers, despite the fact that they have the best record in Major League Baseball, I don't think they're going to keep winning at this pace. I mean, everybody, unless you're one of those all-time teams, is going to run into a losing streak of some sort, right? Might not be a massive losing streak. But the Twins, despite the fact that they are 8-2 in their last 10, the Tigers are 7-3 in their last 10, and we're still 5.5 games out. I think when the Twins first started this winning streak, I think you looked it up. Were they like 8 games out or 7.5?
8, yeah.
So 8. So, I mean, they have picked up 2.5 games. That's 2.5 games for like a 3-week period. And it's a good thing they went on that winning streak, because if they had continued to play like they had, they'd basically be eliminated.
Yeah.
I mean, not for sure, because there are those legendary seasons where I remember back when I was a kid, I had a voracious appetite for baseball, and I used to love to read about the history of the game. And I remember I don't remember the exact year, but I think it was sometime in the 50s when Willie Mays' New York Giants came back. I think they were still the New York Giants. They weren't even in San Francisco then. I think they came back from like 13 games out in July to overtake the Brooklyn Dodgers and win the division. I remember the Chicago Cubs collapsed in 1969 when the amazing Mets won their first World Series ever. They had I don't remember exactly how many game lead and how many games and how much time left in the season, but it was a fairly substantial number of games with only a week or two left in the season. So collapses do happen. Saw one last night in basketball. That was just one game though, but they're winning without Correa and Buxton because they've both been on the concussion protocol. Pitching's good. It's if this Wolves thing, whether it ends with a world championship or not, I'm not predicting a Twins championship, but they're unless they could get that total and colossal collapse that they had last year, they should be right in the thick of things to the bitter end. But the Tigers they have the best record in baseball, and 660 winning percentage is. It's hard to stay at that. I would be surprised if they end the season with a 660 winning percentage. I can't say for sure, but I think that'd be record breaking. That'd be historic.
Be pretty good.
It'd be historical, I think, is what it would be. So, yeah, I like where the Twins are headed. Hold on, I got a cough.
Best winning percentage in MLB history, the Chicago Cubs in 1906. 763.
760.
They went 116 and 36.
Wow.
And the 2001 Mariners. Looks like they might have had the same record.
Seriously. Twins continue the homestand.
01 Mariners 116 and 46 for 716.
Okay.
Maybe that's the best 162 game, I guess. Because the 06 Cubs played 152 games.
Twins continue, so they took 1 or 2 from Cleveland because they have to make up another game in a doubleheader later down the line, right? So they just ended up playing 2 against Cleveland?
They played right? 2, yes.
Yeah,
the one game got pushed back to September.
Right. So we go 1-1 with a division foe, and now Kansas City comes to town. It's an off day today, if I'm not mistaken, and then it's the Royals Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon.
Weather will be a little better than what they had to deal with the last couple days.
Yeah. And then Memorial Day Monday, the Twins are on the road. I sound like Mark Rosen now. The Twins are on the road. They'll play at the Rays 3 games. Which team lost their stadium?
Well, that was Tampa Bay and Oakland moved. Yeah. Tampa Bay lost it due to the hurricane.
The hurricane, right? Where are they playing? Where's the name of the place they play?
I'm not sure where they're playing.
Where's the name of the place they play? So, okay, we go 1-1 against Cleveland. That's good. And now we'll see what we can do with the Royals because, winning those division games, this just in, to me, those are really important because not only do you get a win, it's not like just beating the Rays out of your division, but you're not only giving yourself a win, You're handing one of your division foes a loss, which makes a greater separation between the two teams.
They're playing at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, the spring training home of the New York Yankees. Capacity of around 11,000 with the Tampa Tarpons, the Yankees Class A minor league affiliate. To the sharing.
I've been by that stadium when we were down in Florida for, we went on a cruise a number of years ago, the family. We went down to Captiva Island, and what's the other one down, Sanibel? So we went down there, and we went by that stadium one time. It didn't stop and watch a game, but we certainly went by the stadium. We went by the Ray J, too. Is it called Ray J? Ray J Field or whatever they call it?
Raymond James.
Raymond James. So we stopped by there, too, and Deuce loved it. He just, he's a big football fan, as you know. A number of people are saying when you're saying it to get the ellipses, just say ellipses.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't it spell out the word ellipsis? If you said common ellipsis, what's for lunch ellipsis? See what I'm saying?
Like I said, but you can say question mark into it, and it puts the actual question mark. It doesn't put the words question mark.
Oh, okay.
Now, for ... I didn't know if that would... I don't use that, so I didn't know if that would...
Well, it's called...
If you need to say period, or ellipses, yeah.
Well, it's called an ellipsis, so maybe that's it. Here's another one.
I still haven't got your text anyway, so...
Do you use regular shafts or stiff shafts? I can't use a stiff shaft anymore. I don't have enough... You got to be able to have a lot of swing speed. You probably tend to have a stiff shaft.
I do.
I've got regulars. I just can't hit the ball very far anymore. So, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk a lot about. Here's what we're going to do. You talk about controversial.
Common ellipsis. Where'd you hit it on one? Question mark.
And you're sending it to me now?
Yeah, worked perfectly.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. This is exciting. This is good radio too. It's exactly what it did. And it spelled it out right.
Now, put a space after the ellipsis, which you usually don't like to use.
Yeah.
It's not your thing.
Speaking of that, Tee to Green on Saturday, this is going to be controversial.
That's interesting.
We're going to talk about the difference between Balata and Sirlin-covered balls. It's very controversial.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can listen to that.
No, and we're going to talk about, Pinguy's doing some research. I think did we talk about this after the PGA Championship? Well, McIlroy got busted for having a driver that was not what's the word they used? Not compliant. And then Scotty said, "Well, mine wasn't either." And apparently, what happens, and I don't understand it, but the more you use your driver, apparently the face, I don't know if it gets thinner, but the trampoline effect increases. So in other words, you're able to get more distance.
So my best driving's ahead of me here now that I got my new Ping driver.
Well, when I was talking to Ping Guy, that's what I said. I said, I'm waiting for that to happen. I've been using this driver for a long time now. I'm waiting for it to happen. But so we're going to dig into that. That's going to be a controversial topic that we got coming up on Saturday on Tee to Green. So we hope you're there for that. 10 to be in tomorrow, as he mentioned. Got Trent Tucker in studio. Program Password Invitational Tournament, Little B, so plenty to get to. We'll break, we'll come back. 10 to B, he's got a keyword. No, that's going to come up at 1:15. He's got a tease for us for 534, which is next.
Yeah, we got ourselves a programming predicament tonight.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit, so you can push your gameplay beyond performance with Intel Core Ultra processors. For the next era of gaming, upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E and maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search. Power up at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Did you know that many products for pregnant women do not have their own clinical trials for safety or efficacy? That's because pregnant women are often excluded from clinical studies. Ritual is aiming to set a new standard with their Essential Prenatal Multivitamin. It's the #1 best-selling prenatal and the only leading prenatal backed by its own human clinical trial. Essential Prenatal is proven to deliver key nutrients, including folate, biotin, and vitamin D during pregnancy. Moms taking Essential Prenatal had a lower overall cortisol level during pregnancy than those taking a leading prenatal. Plus, it's designed to be gentle on the stomach. Ritual doesn't just have your back. They have the receipts. Get 25% off at ritual.com/clinical. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.